guys. Video I put up yesterday on the Dodge Ram. I mentioned that after I finish up with the Ram, I'm probably going to get back on the Prowler. And I realized that I only had one video up on the Prowler. Like I said, I started that kit probably 2 years ago. But even from the first video, I realized I had done a fair amount of work. Since then, even though it's been in the box now for, like I said, about 2 years. So I just thought I'd do just an update video just to show you where I did indeed leave it. I started this kit as it was part of the Rat Rod group build, and like I said, I never finished it. So it's a build that I've been wanting to do for a long time, make a rat rod from a Prowler. So just let me show you where I left it, what I had done to it. So this is the chassis and rear end. You can see I've done a little bit of weathering and dry brushing on there. The other part of this build is I'm putting a Hemi in this, so I had to cut away quite a bit of the flooring here to fit the transmission in. Added this piece in here as a transmission mount. Still have to paint that. Have the rear suspension in, rear transaxles in. Started on the front suspension. Pretty much completed the interior. I just need to weather up this trunk a little bit, even though you're not going to see this, but it is there. I need to dull coat the seats, do a little bit more weathering on those. Again, because I'm putting a Hemi in this, I had to cut out the console. So I scratch built my own. Added that Route 66 sign there behind the seats. Put in a pistol grip shifter. You can see there. Cut away all of the dash except for the instrument panel. Put in, it was supposed to be a billet steering column, painted one, but that looks okay. I put in just, I put in just plain door panels and cut out this Maltese cross. I put some screen behind it. I don't know how good the camera is actually picking that up. That screen is there, and added a bit of, you can kind of see it there. Added some rusting to the door panels from the screen. So like I said, there's still a lot more work to do on this yet. These are the rear tires and wheels that I'll be using, and these are the front wheels and tires I'll be using, littles and smalls, you can see. These are out of the Camaro, out of a new Camaro kit. These are out of an old Ford truck from the 30s, I think. These wheels. So those are the wheels that I'll be using. Firewall here, that weathered up a bit. Again, I had to cut out a huge part of this to fit the engine transmission in. This is as far as I've gotten on the engine. Basically, when I stopped, I was just starting to scratch build some exhaust headers for this. So the engine is not finished yet, but it's getting there. And this is where I stopped on the body. Still a bit more work to do on this yet. Need to dull coat it, that sort of thing. because Prowler, of course, is a relatively new car, I didn't want to go, full on rust, but I just wanted to give it a ratty look, I'd say. So I cut out the side panels that used to be here, cut those out, shaved off the rear fenders here, put in this, it's probably blown it out here. You can kind of see it a bit. Put in the resin, instead of a grill, have a resin skull in there. Part of the reason why I did that as well, when you put the Hemi in here, you have no room for radiator or fan or anything. So what I'm planning to do is, once the engine is in, I'll run the radiator hose into this skull, and that should kind of give it the impression then of you can see the skull a bit better there, if the camera would focus, to kind of give it the impression that the skull is actually the radiator. So like I said, there's a lot of work left to do on this yet. Just give me one quick second. I'll see if I can try and mock this together to kind of give you an idea of what I have in mind. So just be right back. Okay, so chances now of this falling to pieces here are pretty good. And just to give you kind of an idea of what I'm talking about here, to put the Hemi in, I want to put the shaker on top. There's not going to be any hood on this car, so it's just going to be the engine and the shaker and the exhaust. And like I said, I'm using these oversized tires here on the rear, and be using these on the front. Didn't come apart. So I'll be using those on the front. Kind of just give you an overview. So anyways, guys, that's where I left it. This will be the first rat rod that I ever built, or if I ever get it finished. But yeah, there's a lot of work to go yet. But I think once the Dodge Ram is done, I think this will be my next one to pick up and finish. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hope you stay tuned for the updates.